joining us. Go for it.
Are you all following? Not too much so far. All right. Slightly different tack, vertical future. What are we? We're a technology and data company that builds vertical farms. We're on a mission to do a couple of things. We want to give our clients the tools to be able to build a healthier planet and healthier people. I don't think anybody that's seen the droughts, the floods, the temperature rises, the temperature colds, how many people in this audience thought climate change was just going to make things hotter? I certainly didn't ever expect the rises in temperature as well as the cold that arrives. Certainly for those of us that are in the UK, it's a lot wetter. How is that possible? The issues associated with climate change are unquestionable. The issues around our own population growth are substantial. How are we going to continue to deliver food to the number of people we've got? And we've equally got another problem. We waste a huge amount. We waste a huge amount of food when we have our existing supply chain. So we need to adapt. If humanity is going to survive, adaptability is absolutely the key element that we're focusing on. How are we going to do that? Well, if we're actually going to thrive, if we're actually going to survive as a species, in the turmoil that we've created, we need to do more than just change. We need to give ourselves the tools to be able to adapt, not just once, but continually. We need to have ourselves the capacity to be able to adapt for whatever the future may bring, for whatever we don't know now that we will know by the time we arrive. You need systems, you need infrastructure, you need integrity in the delivery of those systems to be certain that what you have now is giving you the capacity to adapt. Now, vertical farming has always had the promise to deliver. Anybody that's watched Matt Damon on Mars understands the concept of what a vertical farm is supposed to be able to do. To date, we haven't really managed as an industry to be able to do that in a way that we can demonstrate that it works. Vertical Future has spent a significant amount of time in the shadows as a small organization building a underlying system that has been rethought from the beginning and absolutely focused on every key element of the detail that otherwise sits behind it, allowing customers to grow with certainty. And most importantly, not just do it once, but do it at scale. Behind us, you have an example of a farm that we have working in Northampton in the UK. It is the most automated vertical farm that we believe exists in the planet, everything from the moment that the seeds arrived all the way through to the point that their harvest operates within a closed environment. The whole premise of the vertical farming is that you should be able to grow the food close to where it's consumed. That's not necessarily in the back garden, although that works if you have a garden. It is within the logistics supply chains of those people that are looking to utilize it. It grows in 365 days of the year. It grows 24/7 in a controlled environment indoors. There is no soil being utilized, allowing the land to go back to regenerating itself. There's far less water, there's far more space utilization, there's far less waste, and most importantly, there's absolutely no herbicides or pesticides used to grow within the crop itself. We started 8 years ago. Our founder, Jamie, and his wife, Marie. Jamie began life as a pilot in the Air Force, in the US Air Force. He went on to work with the NHS as a consultant and EY as well. Then one morning woke up and told his wife that he was going to mortgage the house and buy some plastic shelves and some fluorescent tubes and grow a vertical farm. He has spent the last 8 years building a business that's now based on 5 principal pillars: the proprietary hardware and the technology, the automation that we've seen in this screen behind us, the manufacturing systems, the manufacturing equipment, the manufacturing capacity to be able to deliver our equipment to those people that need it. Most importantly, advanced software to operate it, not just operate the robotics that sit within it, but the software that is going to learn on the growing algorithms, the light recipes. The engine in these things is the LED, the ability to deliver the right spectrum of light at the right time, at the right quantity, and we've only just started collecting that data and adapting that data, but that will be the key. We have a team of 10 PhD scientists who are the fundamental backbone of ultimately what we do. We've had a couple of examples of satellites we've been working with NASA for the last 2 years to be able to utilize our equipment in their projects to the moon and beyond. So Matt Damon isn't that far off from wanting to be a reality. We've grown over 1,000 crops. Don't ask me to name them, and it is very specific around the different varieties of basil you can ultimately get. But we can grow a variety of crops, not just leafy greens and herbs, but we're also talking with people around strawberries, we're talking about saplings, we're talking about a variety of different crops. Back to my point about the ability to adapt continually. And we do it from the basis of where we start as an operator. So making those clients, the buyers of our equipment, get value from what they have purchased from us, not just now, but throughout the period. It's all about ecosystems. Everything that we need to do to be able to adapt to climate change is about building ecosystems, bringing in other people. Not one company, not one person, not one scenario is going to solve this for all of us. It's about ecosystems. Our job is to bring in the entirety of the components that sit behind you are all required to be able to make an underlying farm work. We're never going to do this on our own. This is all about us being a component in the underlying process. We deliver to our customers in a variety of different ways, principally, firstly, by building these systems on a turnkey basis, allowing our customers to have certainty of the supply chain, certainty of performance. We're going to be there for them for the long term as well. And we also then support them with the data and with the advice around how to operate the underlying equipment within it. Every good farmer is going to tell you, what you do to begin with is going to determine how fruitful your crop is. We've been in existence for 8 years. We have been building the technology. We've been focusing on solving the individual, singular problems that exist, and we're now in a scale-up process. We're building out networks. We have 12 facilities that exist already in the UK. That includes little container farms where we trialed out a number of our processes. But we're now, hope tomorrow, to be talking to a customer that will be signing off on a 45,000 square meters worth of growing space facility out in Malaysia. And we're building a number of projects across the globe with a variety of customers. Our Lego bricks that we build are a little tray that's 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters and a canal that's 2 meters long. We can ship that wherever that needs to be for whoever wants to buy it that otherwise sits with us. Self-praise is no praise at all. We have an example of some of the awards that we've won as we've built that out over the previous years. So all of which allows us to feel pretty confident that we have the equipment and the machinery, the software and the underlying know-how, the details, the understanding to be able to allow our clients to grow with certainty. And that's it from me.
Thank you very much, Mark.